Hello, I'm Hunter, and I'm going to talk about a New York Times article that I read recently. So, September 2017, Hurricane Maria hit off the coast of Puerto Rico, and there's a little island on the southeast coast of Puerto Rico called Cayo Santiago, and it's an island of monkeys. It's just an island full of rhesus monkeys that researchers live in and observe their behavior, primatologists. So, when the storm hit, it uprooted flora, destroyed feeding corrals, it destroyed water delivery systems, it ruined the labs that the researchers lived in, it just caused a whole bunch of damage. The storm itself only killed like 3 or 4 out of 530 adults. But what's interesting is the fatality rates rose significantly after the storm. And researchers didn't know why, because there was no shortage of food, there was no shortage of water. The researchers provided all of the resources the monkeys need. There was no disease outbreak that would cause aggressive behavior. And as the researchers kept observing, they saw that the monkey social disorder, or the monkey social order, was really turned up on its head. It was just weird. There was disarray. At first, they were nicer to each other because they were bonded by a common enemy, if you will, it's the storm. But they eventually fell into chaos, and they started exhibiting strange behavior that the researchers just couldn't explain. And the human population of Puerto Rico was experiencing the same thing. They were nicer to each other at first, but eventually there was a 62% rise in the mortality rate. And the idea is that by studying the monkeys and what happened to them, we can see how traumatic events affect us and our brains. And who knows, if it changes the wiring, if there's something that just goes on up there that causes us to act weird after some kind of traumatic event. So the research teams took one of the monkey troops, Troop KK. They removed it from the island, and they euthanized them, and they removed their brains so that we could study them. And we have the brains from a previous troop from 2016. Their brains were removed. They were dead well before the storm hit. So that's like a control group that we can use to see how the brains before the storm are different from the brains after the storm. And the hope is that this will really shed some light on how traumatic events affect our psychology. And yeah,